Hey there, y'all. Disney Deep Prince here today with another Make It Over Monday. Today we are going to go for a more vintage Baroque inspired pearl necklace. It's going to be very drapey. There's going to be some larger pearls. We are going to use the more yellowish pearls this time because they get a closer match to the bigger fake pearls that are actually marketed as pearls that are larger than my 8.0 beads that we would normally use for large beads. So we're going to make these a little bit different. So it's going to, I spent a hot minute trying to figure out how I wanted to bead these because I'm going to do the style for the first time live. So if I screw up, it's because I screw up. So we are going to try and figure this out. But first, we have a very long piece of thread that we've already knotted here at the end. So we are going to secure that, as usual, to our chain, like we would normally do. Just like this. And because it's an extra long thread, we want to keep that tension tight until we get it into the very last little area. And then again, we want to knot it, keeping the tension to keep things from getting tangled too badly. Again, trying to tie that knot around the first little loop that we made. Okay. Whoop. Where'd you go, thing? Whoop. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. No, I just undid my knot. So what now? Okay. All right. Sometimes I forget how to make a knot because my brain is running faster than I think it should be. And we want to try our best to not get that stuck on there in any weird spots. Okay, bueno. And then once we've got that secured on there, we want to go through and clean up that attachment because we are not going to have as much room to work on this big drapey necklace. And I'm going to take, to start, one of my smaller beads. Well, these are smaller pearls. And then we are going to string that as the first on our strand. And then we're going to work on our smaller seed beads that we have. So I'm going to put a good chunk there in my hand first. So I think we're going to go with probably 8 because we're going to throw a larger bead there in the middle and 2 more of these larger beads. So we're going to start with 8, 1 more. Okay. And then go like that. Now don't worry, we're going to get drapey here on the second pass through. Ooh, where'd you go? It's running away from me. Okay. And then we want to do like 3 in between is probably about where we want to go. And then what we want to do is we want to get it a little bit more what's the word? So from there, we want to put our little beads back because we're going to do something a little more complicated here. And we're going to take our larger drop bead plus this bead, which is one of our bigger beads that we have. And what we want to do is pass it through the eyelet on the other thing. But we want to get that all the way down to our, oops, sorry. I'm going to get that all the way down to our, oh God, to down here. What we want to do is do it to the point that it is pretty tight on there, because we want it to be kind of our anchor, so that way we don't have that that drop kind of rolling around. And then we're going to fix that here in a second if we can get it to cooperate. The tension is a little bit off from where I want it to be. So like just like that is how we want it to look on the front. So I think we've got that. So now what we'll do is we'll get our other small beads back, because we need 3 more. And then we can kind of start our process. So 3 of these, and then we're putting our pearl on. Now this is something that I'm trying live, so forgive me if it winds up a little wonky at first. We're gonna adjust as needed, but like that's kind of the vibe that we're going for. And then we need 8 more, and I only have 5 in my hand, so I need to grab another 3 or so. So that's 6, 7, 1 more. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then our last big bead. And then, okay. So that's the kind of strand that we want to start with. And of course, we're going to go through and we're going to make this as tight as we can get it, really. Once we secure to the middle. Why is this not cooperating? It got a weird twist in it somewhere along the way. And now it is a little bit tangled. Okay, are we attached to the right one? Yes. See, like that, it's getting a weird twist in it, and I don't know why. This does not normally happen. And because it's getting twisted, it is not cooperating on any part. So we're gonna do, whoop, oh, and now it's getting tangled. Don't you do it, you little. No. Bad thread. Okay, where are you coming out right now? Okay. Okay. Does not help that I have very short nails right now. Okay. So what we want is this to be a little bit tighter, and I cannot get it to cooperate. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to pause and come back. All right, so I did get it tied off. Honestly, I had to restring it. My thread got so tangled, it's not even funny. But yeah, so sometimes that happens, even to the best of us. I do kind of want to show you what it looks like so far here on the mannequin. So far, it looks kind of like this. And I'm not loving really how it's laying so far, but I'm thinking That'll be okay. I maybe should have gone around the bracket of the drop pearl a couple more times, but we're going to have some draping coming back in, so it shouldn't be too bad. But the length is perfect. So from there, we're going to go in, and all we're going to be using from this point really are the little beads. So I'm going to pour a couple in my hand. Actually, whoop, I'm a step ahead of myself. We need to go back through the pearl now that it's tied off. So remember, you want to go as close into that as possible. This will also help to hide your knot sometimes if your hole is big enough on your bead that will slip around the knot. So now that we got that, so we've got 8 on there, and we want to make this drape. We're not trying to create like the circle closure like we did on the Princess Diana ones. We want these to be long. So I'm going to put like 16 on here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? 4, yep. Maybe 12 actually, because I don't know how far the 6 drop is going to get us in the middle. So let's do 12 actually. So we'll do that, and then we will put these back and see how this drop winds up looking. Because it may need even more beads, or it might need less beads. Okay. Oop. Came out of my bead. There we go. Okay. Okay, perfect. That's the kind of bead, the shape we want. Okay, so we'll do 6 because we did 3 on this last one. Okay. Right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then from there, we're going to pull up, and we're going to go through the center one on there. Okay, yes, like that. Kind of how we want it to be. And we're going to grab another 6. Bump it bump. Okay. 3. 6. Okay. As you can tell, maybe, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my thread is starting to get a little snaggy. So I might need to go through and just wet it down a little bit. Okay. And again, we're getting there. And then we're going to do 12 for our third section. And I think on this one, I'm just going to pour into my hand until I get the right amount. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay, and put the rest of these away. And we're going to go through and secure through this last bead, or the last big pearl. Okay, just like this. Okay, and then we're going to tie it off. And then we're going to take a look at how it drapes. And we put it on the mannequin. Okay. So like that's how it looks so far. It's a little bit more stiff than I would love. I feel like I maybe should have gone under that pearl clasp, or the pearl secure, but that's okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do another drape from down there at the back to at the front to do a little bit more, because we have more thread to work with. So I think it's gonna be okay. And it shouldn't get too stiff because we're only going through the end beads again, I hope, and then the one in the center. But we're gonna go through these. Yep. Okay. And then for this round, I think we're gonna do probably a normal choker is about 30 of these beads. So I think we're going to do about 45 to encompass enough of that drop. I think maybe 50. But either way, it's just going to be these seed beads again. And we're going to do these in groups of 10. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, probably. Probably we're going to do 50. Two, 3, 5. Okay, that's 20. Okay, let's see. Yep, okay. So that's 30. We might have to do 60 because that really feels like it's only about halfway because of the way it's going to drape. Yeah, we'll maybe do 60. Okay. Five. This is 50. So let's see about where we're at. So yeah, we need 60, I think, based on how that looks. If we want things to lay right. So one more set. Okay. And then I think this will look good. Okay, and we pour the extras back in there. Okay. And then we're going to take this one. Okay. And we'll kind of see how things look before we tie it off. For some reason it's feeling very stiff, even though things got tied off in between rounds and layers. Okay, so this is cute. and I completely forgot I was going to go through the center. So, dang it. Okay. So yeah, so I'm going to have to go back and unstring 30 of those beads, but that's okay. We did not go through and do anything to these yet. So these are not tied, so we can just kind of take them off like this. Okay, and then we go back down through there like this one. Okay, well, all right. Okay, so thinking it's probably about here. Let's see. So we got 5, and then I like to put them back in there. That's a nice little way to hold them once we already have them counted. $10. 15. 20. I need like 6 more. Forgot I had those on the thing already. Okay. All right. So we should be good to add those back through the center. Okay. Kind of like that. I don't know if it's going to wind up looking cute because of how tense these center strands are, even though I tied everything off, so it shouldn't have gotten any tighter. But it just kind of did on its own, which things like that happen. It's fine. So we'll see what it looks like here at the end. Sorry about making you guys sit through me stringing these up a second time. But that is the nature of the game when I do something for the first time like this on a video. Okay, so that's 10. $20. Okay. And then again, up through our center bead, or no, our end bead. And then we will tie it off. Okay. And a second one for good luck. Notice I didn't do the slip through this time because I think I want to have a little less tension. So I think this should be cute. We're gonna disconnect it so we can get it without that back tension. All right. Yep. Oh, son of a biscuit. Just knocked over my little beads off to the side. That's okay. I'll fix it here in a second. Okay, and it's on the top at least. That's always nice. Okay. We got that. And then we are going to grab all of this together. Okay. And we're going to snip this as close as we can get it. Okay. So just like that. Now give me a second while I grab my beads that ran away on me. It's okay. That's what I like to use these little cards for. Because I can just kind of shuffle them off my table pretty quick. Ooh, as long as I don't go over any firm surfaces and catapult them at myself. All right. I've recovered a good amount of the ones that spilled out of the little container, so I'll take that as a win. Always fun to search for these. If they hit my carpet, they're gone. It's like my carpet is tan, I will never get these up if they get into my carpet. I just trust the vacuum eats them at a certain point. But it's okay. All right. Bueno. Okay. Putting the lid back on those now, and we're going to see how it lays on an actual doll now. I'm actually going to leave her like she is, I think. I'm going to grab one of my other ones that went somewhere. Why they disappear on me. I set things down to make room for things, and then I don't find them again. But that's okay. All right. I found another spare body. It's fine. Okay. So we've got this one. Yes. Oh, no, put it on upside down. There, is a right way and a wrong way with the way I did this. So, all right. It looks okay. I could have maybe done it a little different to where all of the like top beads kind of draped underneath. I'm gonna try to do it just by kind of scooching the lead beads around. There we go. So I can make them pretty, I guess. I just have to try. It takes a lot of finagling, but it's very cute, especially if I was gonna do like a strapless dress or whatever and have it just hit right up there. Or if I had a dress that needed a more elaborate collar, this would work really cute. Like a black turtleneck or something. But yeah, a little bit harder to do when you keep adding strands. The other way to do this is to have this part hanging down, which I like the way I did this, but it did make it a lot harder for this to lay flat. But like this bead's not going anywhere. Like it's not moving around. So it's very cute. But now that I know the way this pressure holds, I would probably move these beads back another 2 beads probably, so you could actually see the drape right there. And part of me still wants to add like a final big non-bunched drape, but that would probably take about 100 small beads to do, and I don't know if I want to do that to you guys on camera. But this is really cute. If I had draped it again, I feel like it probably would have been a little bit much, but it's giving very much like a little like lace collar kind of vibe. So, I mean, it's very different from anything I've done so far, which I'm not mad about that. It's just a little stiffer than I wanted it to be. So, I probably should have knotted at the loops also, because I only did 1 knot and I didn't do a slip knot on the first drape strands. And I think that may have been the problem. So we'll see going forward. But if I give it a couple of days and I wind up hating it, that's okay. I can just literally just cut the thread at any point and take all these beads and reuse them. So that's the nice part about this, is that it's never really permanent. Even if I were to glue the strands around the chain links, it's a very simple just snip anywhere along the strand, then all those beads come off. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave me a like. If you have any questions or suggestions on this kind of technique, leave them in the comments. And as always, follow along for some more fun unboxings and tutorial videos. All right, y'all, be good. Bye.